No, I don't ear-lick. Welcome to the HPL CFB
You're going to
2025 schedule reveal stream. I'm joined by always Joker and Mr. Big KS himself, Electric Days, and we're going to go through all 32 teams, look at the schedules, give some predictions, and we're going to just see what the landscape of college football is going to look like for this first season. So before we get into it, does Joker or Electric have any words?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, he did just lie to y'all. It's not all 32 teams in here just yet.
Oh yeah, well,
It
31.
is 31,
but
yeah, Ohio
we did
State.
our best with trying to schedule around that.
Yeah,
And
my
Good job for him to be in the Army.
We also tried to make sure all the people that had something going on in the next coming weeks, we tried our best, but obviously if things seem quicker or shorter than others, then obviously there's everything that's out of our control. But you know, Hell State on the stream, you put college
wanted
football
to say
25.
Do
You know?
what?
You put college
Good
football
job.
25 in the stream title, but
Oh my god.
you know, obviously
Well,
we missed a few games.
Terrible.
Obviously, we do try our best to make sure these are accurate as possible. But obviously, we can't get everyone's games just because of how we schedule everything. Usually some of the teams at the back end, like the lower teams like myself and West Virginia and some of the Texas teams, they kind of get bumped down just because all the top of the schedules are with all the teams above them. So definitely tried our best. Obviously, some games as well will not be all as you requested. Some you might be at home, you might be on the road instead of being at home. Obviously, we just tried to make it a 6-6 balance or a 7-5 balance, whether either you're home or away.
Yeah, so we can go right into this and look at the first team alphabetically, and it's a team that a lot of people are saying is the clear-cut favorite for the national championship going into season number 1. It is DBJ, formerly the head coach of the South Florida Bulls, has taken his talents to Bama. The Alabama Crimson Tide, after having Heredia got at the helms for CFB 25, they get a new coach in this one who will hopefully lead them to some more success at Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. So we can look down through here. You got a CPU game, and then you have a big matchup week 2 at Louisville and DJ, and then you play Pablo and Texas Tech week 3. Then you jump back into SEC play with Florida at home, and then Georgia on the road, Texas at home, and a little bit down here you got the big rivalry game against ZMOG and LSU at Tiger Stadium, and then you wrap up with Tulane at home and Auburn on the road. Let's start with Electric. What do you think the Crimson Tide's record's going to be?
I'm about to say, give me 5 seconds.
Okay.
So
well,
I'll do it
Joker.
for them as we look through. Look, can you show me the schedule once again?
Yes.
I mean, this is clearly something that we tried our best to make DBJ tried to get one of him the hardest schedule. Obviously, he has the best team, arguably the best player. So I think there's a loss in here. If we scroll back up, I think the losses, if there is one, is this week 3 game against Texas Tech and then maybe on the road against Georgia. But other than that, I think I'm gonna go 11-1. I think he kind of cleans up Louisville pretty nicely. That overall disadvantage for DJ is kind of nice, and I think he'll go 12-0. I'll say
Okay.
12-0 SEC champion.
Is Electric ready?
I'm here. Still
Alright.
eating a little bit, but yeah, this is terrible, utterly terrible. 94 overall team. He just bought the game, we heard. So I don't really know how he would act in this game because his playstyle was more of a fast pace. And he loves to scramble with QBs, which is his QB is not a scrambling QB. So Ryan Williams will really have to help him out a lot. I got him going almost undefeated, only like 1 loss of the season. Possibly against Florida. It's gonna be really hard to play him now, cause you can't make any mistakes against this guy to win these games, or hope the game don't give him anything.
Yeah. And we're joined by Coach Slick of Arizona State, and we're close to his team. But Slick, what are your thoughts on the Crimson Tide this year?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Bama, I mean, you look at their overall, they're 94. I believe it's the third highest, top three at least, considering overall wise. But DBJ, former Bulls coach of last season in the game.
He was a national champion, right?
Yes, I believe he won two championships.
It'll be interesting.
No, it was only one.
Okay,
Jumping ship from I believe,
it.
the Big 12 to the SEC. Not big competition in the SEC. I see DBJ and Bama going 11-1. His one loss. This might be a shock, but I think I'm looking at that Week 2 game. He's got to travel to Louisville and play DJ. We know DJ is obviously has a national championship in here. It's gonna be a tough game. You got to travel to rowdy Louisville. They're gonna be ready for that game. So might seem like a shock, but I think he can lose to Louisville, and I think he might very well also lose to go down. Let's see, at OSU.
All right. I was actually just about to say that. I think that out of the 3 games he could possibly drop, those are the road games against Georgia, LSU, and Auburn. I think he drops one of those, most likely LSU. But it's hard to call someone 12-0, so I'll call him 11-1. Auburn, a relatively unknown user to a lot of people in here, besides Joker. We'll get to him in a minute. But since that wraps it up for DBJ, we can go over to the Arizona State Sun Devils and Coach Slick NASCAR. This is his live reaction to this schedule. He can
talk us through it.
Yeah, you can talk us through it, actually.
Yeah, as you see here, we get Week 0. We got to be ready for that game. We're traveling to Clemson, over there in South Carolina at Clemson. That's going to be tough. Then we go back on the 3 straight on the road. That's going to be tough. Then we play at USC, Mr. Joker there, head coach Joker, and then we travel to Ohio State.
Oh no!
And we play at home at Ole Miss, then at Baylor Week 4. Then we have 2 byes. Then we play Nevada, Texas Tech. If you want to scroll down for me, then we play Oklahoma State, Cincy, Arkansas, and then end the season Arkansas, West Virginia, Colorado. So there is our Season 1 schedule.
Where do we think we go?
Yeah, initial reactions. What do you think where do you think the bar is set?
Honestly, I've got big expectations. We are the defending Big 12 champs. We just came off a playoff appearance, 11-3 last year. I'm gonna go realistically. I think 7-5 or 8-4.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna give you 8-4 as well. I think you do take one of these 4 games. I just can't pinpoint which one. And then I think you get Nevada. I think Texas Tech beats you. I'll give you 3-0 in these last 3. So yeah, I'll give you 8-4. Joker.
I mean, yeah, I think I kind of see 7-5. I think these first 4 that I'm circling, the first 4 games he plays will kind of be the telltale of how his season will go. If you can leave this 2-2 before conference play, I would kind of consider that a win. And then if you just scroll down, I think the easiest game is obviously this Kluka game, Week 7 against Nevada. But yeah, I think 7-5. I think I see a loss at Colorado.
Well, it's home versus Colorado.
Oh yeah, of course, but against West Virginia, against Texas Tech, against Clemson, and then I believe he will either lose USC or Ohio State. I won't say.
All right, Electric.
Slick, just know I wasn't the one that did your stuff, bro. I'm so sorry for you, man.
Thanks a lot.
Scroll down, bro. Scroll down, bro.
Bro, I didn't even realize how bad the schedule was till we look at it after
Like
it's
you,
done.
like y'all did this man
This is
so bad,
this is
bro.
not my fault.
Maybe
This is obviously
maybe
Hail
we
State.
see a
See-
Sam Levitt masterclass and he upsets Clemson week 1 and puts the whole country on notice. You never know.
See, I appreciate Slick so much for like staying in the Big 12. Like for how long he had to deal with either me, DBJ, and everybody else.
He was the head coach at it Nebraska last year? Or was that a different person?
No, he was Nebraska,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what I was
but
thinking.
now I was about to say him being in the Big 12, but yeah, now moving to the Big 12, I mean, it's still the same competition. Texas Tech, I think he has a chance to battle out. I think he can win all of these games. Scroll up on the bottom, I feel like he can win these games. There's no mistakes for him to beat Texas is no mistakes. Ole Miss, no mistakes. Same thing for Ohio State. Their user is not that good, so I think he can win that. USC, yeah, it's at Ohio State, so yeah, that's a
last time I played.
that's a struggle.
Well, Nebraska should have won that game, but it's just
Yeah, that's gonna be a struggle there. I'm gonna end it off real quick, but Clemson, another team that you can beat, just no mistakes. USC, another team you can beat, no mistakes. So it's just a lot of no mistake teams right here that you gotta play against.
Yeah,
If I stretch that on.
Yeah, the Sun Devils is a program that you can really see rise in the later years of the dynasty if you can nail recruiting out there on the West Coast, but they're also close enough to pull kids from Texas and the Midwest. So if you really get in those living rooms, like we like to say, you can build a very successful program with Arizona State.
Pro said, get in them living rooms.
Team number 3, the Arkansas Razorbacks, with head coach Free OHG, who had a brief one-game stint as the Ole Miss head coach last year, but after a shocking loss to FCS Southeast, packed up and left. And how he is back with his beloved Arkansas Razorbacks, who are in the Big 12, which is a bit strange, but we had to do it. He faces a CPU, the greatest university on God's green earth, before his first user game against North Carolina. As we scroll on down, he's got a big game at the Big KS, and then he's got home versus Arizona State, and then the battle for the Golden Boot is sticking around as he will face LSU in Tiger Stadium for his final user game, being on the road against Nevada. So I'm going to give him a very, very precautious 6-6 here. I don't know if Free OHG has improved since last year, but we can't be losing to FCS teams with Ole Miss's roster last year and then go into this schedule and expect good things to happen. I'll give him 6-6. We will go to. Let's go back to Electric since the Big 12 seems to be his territory.
I ain't gonna try to talk too much on each one of these. He's gonna win all his CPU games. I feel like Kansas State is gonna be a hard matchup, hard user to play against. Same thing for LSU. I heard Zmog is really good if he don't have trash internet. I did not know LSU had bad internet. For a D1 school, I did not expect that. Scroll up again. I think like LSU and Kansas State are the two games that you can beat them. It's just no mistakes. If you make a mistake, the game is pretty much over. I feel like you can win everything else except for Arizona. The same one, like I said, that's another game. It's like a toss-up for these two, so.
Okay. Slick, another Big 12 guy.
I'll be generous. I think he wins his CPU games. I think he will go. I think he goes 6-6.
All right, Joker.
I kind of see 5-7 here. I think. I mean, obviously, you assume they win all their CPU games, but I think there's a loss in there somewhere. And then if you just scroll down, I think Kansas State. I mean, my goodness. LSU, my goodness. I mean, the user games aren't as daunting as what I thought they were going to be.
You also got ASU, but they do have them at home, so that's also another game as well.
Yeah, so I think
this ASU game is a must-win if you want to make some noise this year, just because you get them at home.
Yeah, I feel like, it just depends on how the game gives the Arkansas rankings. if he wins and goes 10-2, he could be maybe. It just depends on how like the game ranks him or where he's at now. It could be a sneaky playoff team, but I think actually I'll say 6-6.
Yeah. They do have Mr. Green at quarterback, who is very, very good if you know how to use him. So we'll go down to Auburn, and I'll let Joker talk us through this schedule, since this seems to be one of his buddies that he's pulled over, and he has been talking him up quite a bit to me while we were making the schedule. So Joker, talk us through the Auburn Tigers.
I mean, yeah, obviously just gets kind of a tune-up game in week 1 against Nevada. I mean, I feel bad for Nevada, but that's the team Kuka chose, so he's just going to have to deal with the consequences. I think week 2 is the good test for him before conference play at Penn State. Just a good user. Obviously, we know Lemons can make his mistakes, but when he's good, he can be one of the best. So I think that Penn State game will kind of be the telltale story of how the Tigers' seasons go, and then obviously you get into that conference play. We're just going to ignore South Alabama. I mean, my goodness. I think if he can go, that Tennessee game is going to be tough. If he can go 2-1 in the stretch, 3-0 would be like really ideal. And then obviously win all your CPU games. This final week 14, that's probably going to be a game of the week, just because it might be a playoff like decider if Auburn gets in or not. I see 10-2. I think the loss against DBJ, and then I think he either loses Penn State or Tennessee, but not both.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll go 9-3, giving a loss to Tennessee and Penn State and Bama. And I just think, yeah, he cleans up Nevada. He does get a win against Texas A&M, beats Ole Miss in the CPU games. Electric?
I seen Andrew play a little bit. I've been in a party with him, I'm for sure. It was me, Joker, him, and a couple others. He talks a lot, though, during his games. You gotta respect it as much as possible. Penn State should be a tough game. You're at Penn State, so I pray for the best. Yeah, Texas A&M, I think you can win that. Ole Miss toss-up game, I think you can still win that more than losing. Tennessee, another game. McCart makes mistakes in very key moments that you cannot do that. And I know he can agree with me on that. So if he can clean that up, especially with the new QB he has, and it's not Nico no more, just to tell you, it's not Nico.
No, it's not Mr. Aguilar.
Yeah, so it's really bad. I don't know about that. I think he can win the whole thing down. That game is game of the year, I think. When you play against a very good user, but you also have a really good team, I feel like Auburn can finish somewhere like 3rd, 4th in the conference, or possibly even 2nd. It's a real toss-up in the SEC after 1st. I don't really know after that, though, so...
Yeah, and the
I think he lose like one game.
You were being told that your mic is too loud. But also, one thing I do want to point out, Iron Bowl is a very upset field rivalry. A lot of times when Bama goes into Jordan-Hare, not very good things happen for the Crimson Tide. Despite their last trip, actually, was a very good trip for the Crimson Tide. But Jordan-Hare's always going to be rocking to the Iron Bowl, so you never know. But... we can move on to Boston College, another peculiar pick, starting off at LSU, then a home game versus Tulane, and then you're hosting Texas, then on the road against DJ, and then at home versus Colorado, and then you end up the season with the rivalry game against Jackson Altman and Syracuse. This is Baylor from last year, correct? This is Baylor from last year. Okay, so pretty good user. I'll go 9-3. Joker?
I mean, just scroll down a little bit. I think this is kind of one of the more generous I mean, the user games are pretty tough. I think he wins that Boger game. I mean, yes, it says Texas won, but you also have to consider the user. Um, I think 8-4. I
Okay.
think the losses Louisville, Colorado, LSU, and then I believe that final game, if you scroll back down, Syracuse. So yeah, 8-4.
Electric.
Hello. Alright, is it good now? The mic?
That's better.
Or okay, alright. Scroll up. Scroll back down. What in the world? LSU, Texas, Syracuse. I see every user game as a loss except for Hex. I think Hex and Lamar.
Okay.
Lamar is such a unusual individual. Like, he can make so many mistakes and lose a game that he's not supposed to lose. So, and blow 21-0 lead. So, yeah, nah.
All right. Well, speaking of 20-0
Thank you.
leads, the person he blew it to is next. That is
Okay.
the Clemson Tigers. Hail State. Yes. Leaving home. Oh, well, mess with that. At home versus Arizona State, on the road against Ole Miss. Then a home game versus Sauce in Miami. Then scroll down, home game versus Duke. Road game at the Horseshoe. Home game versus DJ. And then the rivalry game, the Palmetto Bowl. I'm going 11-1. I think that my loss either comes to one of Miami or Louisville. And I don't know why Joker's
Electric.
scoffing, but I'd like to hear his response to that.
Yo, I
Electric.
ain't gonna lie. Let me turn down my mic even more. Today might be a good day. You got Arizona State, nice little toss-up game. You got one of the teams that you hate very much,
Yeah.
but this time you are not Mississippi State. So, I say you win that game. I'm gonna be generous. Miami, tough game. Ain't that GTR, right? Sauce?
That's Sauce.
You gonna win if that man not using Wildcat, so I'll give you that one. Scroll down. You win that. Yeah, this is... I'm sorry. If this is not undefeated, you might get cursed out.
Wow.
Like,
I'm getting cursed out.
Like, I'm not lying. Like, you need actual help. I know you're gonna make a mistake in one of these games and mess it all up. I can't wait to see that. But
Wow.
yeah, this is terrible.
Can't
If you
wait to see
don't, this
that.
is one loss. Louisville can be that one loss if you don't choke a 21-0 lead. But other than that, or two losses because Arizona State. But everything else, if you be good and don't go undefeated, you will be cursed out.
Okay, well, Electric loves him some Arizona State, especially the women. Let's go to Joker.
That's my... Okay.
I mean, I think this is 10-2, 9-3. Because there's always, if you know Hail State, there's always a game where that you should win, but you keep the team hanging around, and when it's time to execute, he doesn't execute. I think this game, Week 11 against Ohio State, is that one. I think that's a loss, and then I think he loses to Miami earlier in the season.
Okay.
But I think this is still a ACC championship title representative.
Yeah, that's a fair assumption. We did piss a couple games in our legs that we shouldn't have last year, but hopefully this year's different. Go Tigers. All right, Colorado, the Buffaloes, Dion's World, starting off at home against Louisville, then on the road against Ohio State, and then a few CPU games at Boston College, home versus West Virginia, and then a brutal end of the season, back-to-back at ASU, at KSU. I don't know. Hex hasn't impressed me much so far with his play, but that, of course, that's just quick play games. I'm going 7-5. Oh, that was loud. I'm going 7-5.
I am back, by the way. So,
Okay, well, you can take us through this next schedule.
what do we got? Colorado. Ooh, okay. Week 1, he opens that. Ooh, he does get him at home. I think he loses to DJ and plays Houston. That should be a win. Ohio State could be a toss-up. I'll give him a loss considering it's at Ohio State. He should beat his CPU games. I'll go 8-4.
All
I'll
right.
be generous. I'll go 8-4.
Electric.
Remember, Hex, I did not do this schedule, man.
Bro. This isn't a
Stop.
bad schedule.
You got two.
This is
Yo, you
actually
got.
kind of a
I'm
cupcake.
so.
Y'all want to know
This
what
is
Electric did
kinda-
while we did the schedules?
No,
He played
the
Marvel
way
Rivals
how-
and got killed while he was singing random songs and watching
Yo,
TikTok. That's what he did.
This man is yapping. I was not even playing Marvel. That's how I know you're smoking.
What are you playing now?
We got nothing. I'm watching. Share screen. That's what I'm watching.
Wow.
Louisville, you lose that game.
Oh.
Hex, you lose
Oh.
that game against Ohio State. I'm.
Oh.
You
When I said it.
win this.
Oh.
You might win this. And no. And heck no.
Heck.
I don't know. It's just he played a close game against me with Carolina, but South Carolina, but not this time around, buddy. I got him losing almost every user game. I'm
Oh,
sorry
wow.
to tell you. I'm sorry for your loss. And we will steal all your recruits while we're at it too. Alright, go on, move on.
Okay, Electric. Ask him a question to give a record prediction. He yaps for 3 minutes. Doesn't even give
I
one.
do just want to point out that those last 2 games at ASU, at K-State, those are 2 very tough road games for
Yeah.
Colorado to end the season.
Mm-hmm. So, Joker.
I see 8-4. A loss against Kansas State, loss against West Virginia, and then you scroll up. I believe he plays Ohio State and Louisville. Yeah, I think those are the 2 losses, or the 4 losses for me.
Hex and Dead Dad, best friends going at it on the field. How terrible. Duke, Mr. G. Steezy, who was previously at Oklahoma and then NC State. So he takes his talents to the land of Zion and the Duke Blue Devils. Nevada and Georgia, 2 road games to start it off. Then you get a road game against Syracuse, 3 straight bye weeks for another road game against Clemson, and another road game against Miami. I swear to y'all, we did not do that on purpose. But he does not
He
have
literally.
he does not have a home CPU game or home user game, so that is unfortunate. I'm going to go. I like Steezy, I really do. But I'm gonna go 7-5. Joker?
Yeah, I think that 7-5 at Georgia. Obviously, that was supposed to be a Duke home game, but just with the way the Georgia schedule went out, Georgia only
Which
would
y'all
have
see in a
4.
second. And
Georgia only would have had 4 home games in general. So I think 7-5. I think loss against Georgia, Syracuse. I think he beats Nevada, and then I think he loses every other. Oh, I mean, 8-4 then. Miami, Clemson, Syracuse, and Georgia are his losses.
alright.
Which is actually not bad for Duke.
Oh, well, we can't go to Duke. We gotta get Electric.
Oh my goodness. Wins this game, loses against Georgia, then 3 straight wins, loss, a win, then a win, and lose.
So we couldn't just say a number like the rest of us.
9-3, something like that.
Okay.
8-4, somewhere around there.
Alright. Slick.
I'll be generous to Steezy here, and I'll go I think the only user game he wins is Nevada. I'll go 7-5.
All right. Wraps up Duke. We'll go to Florida. Mr. P. Cola, the Gator man himself. And I got to say, out of all the schedules we've looked at, this might be the hardest one. At Miami, at Oregon, home versus LSU, at Bama, home versus Oklahoma, on the road against A&M, then the Jacksonville game against Georgia, and then at home against Ole Miss wraps him up. No Florida State. That's kind of... Oh, well, yeah, we didn't protect them. So I'm going to go... P. Cola's a guy who plays the game very well, so I do think he can beat a Sauce. He can beat a Turf. He can beat a Z-Mog, but he also can lose to all three of these teams. I don't think he's getting DBJ. I think he gets my soaps. I'm going to go 10-2 for the Florida Gators, which is a playoff spot, by the way. So, Joker?
I just don't see this 2 losses. I think at Alabama, I mean, come on. I think anyone at Alabama is going to be tough. I see 8-4, 7-5. Just first game of the season. I mean, you get put to the test, Miami and Oregon. I'm not sure how good Picola Gator is, so my opinion might be a little bit skewed, but definitely. I mean, this is not anything easy. I'm gonna lock in on that 8-4. Alabama, Miami. Scroll down. Georgia and then Oklahoma. I mean, that's just tough.
All right.
Every user game is a ranked opponent, I believe.
Preseason rank, you'd be correct, yeah.
Which could also really help him. Big wins at 9-3 Florida would probably make the playoffs.
Yeah. So, Electric.
How low? Is he good? I don't know him at all. I don't know him at all.
He is good.
How good would you say?
On a scale of 1 to 10, about an 8.
Okay, so I feel with these 12 games, this is all Thanos rings right here. This is terrible.
This is the gauntlet.
I got him going. If you saying this, like he's actually good, then only 2 losses I can see if he's really good then. Because LSU won't have good internet. You can beat Oregon, I feel like. This is a Gators team, so they're pretty much dogs, so he can definitely ball out and go like 10-2, 9-3, something around there. Make it to the playoffs.
That's just...
Slick?
I'll go with Joker. I don't really know how he plays, but I think he goes 9-3. I think he'll lose to Bama. Playing in Bama is always going to be tough. He'll beat Miami. He'll beat Oregon. He'll beat LSU. Scroll down for me, which is last. And then he's going to lose... you know what? I think he drops either the Georgia game or the Ole Miss game.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
I hope you're watching. The
He's
Georgia
watching
Bulldogs.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my, okay.
This actually isn't that crazy when you look at it, but we'll take a little more.
Also consider that he is the Georgia Bulldogs. So
the best defense in the game.
Miami, at Tennessee, big rivalry game. Home versus Michigan. Home versus Bama, home versus LSU.
Oh my God.
On the road, Ole Miss. On the road, OU. On the road, Florida. Then a CPU game against God's gift to earth. And then home versus Texas. And then his rivalry game in Bobby Dodd against the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Now keep in mind, this SEC schedule was CPU generated, and he did request all 3 of these games to be on his schedule. He ducked Clemson. That's terrible. So... my prediction I'm going 9-3. I think the losses are to Florida, Bama, and I think Miami. So,
He
Joker.
beats Dirty Boy Jackson.
No, I said the losses. He goes 9-3 with losses to Miami, Bama, and Florida.
Okay.
It got really quiet
I mean,
when you
yeah,
said that.
everyone kind of looks at this and says, whoa. But then when you break down the user aspect of it, I think there's, like, I mean, Michigan. You probably say, whoa, Michigan, but it's tie. So, I mean, Dirty Boy Jackson's going to be a loss. I'm sorry. At Oklahoma, that game for me
Trap
is going to
game.
be really
It's a
interesting.
trap game.
Because
It's not a trap game.
I don't think that's a trap. I think if I had to pick a favorite in that game, I would pick Bales right now.
Okay.
Minus 3.5 for anyone with the analytics. I'm gonna say 9-3 as well, but that's still a playoff team for Georgia, obviously. I think the losses are Oklahoma, obviously Bama, and then if you scroll back up, I believe he plays Miami. Does play him now. I think those are his 3 losses. He's kind of had Tennessee's number the past few times they've played. Obviously, the overall difference will help Mason in this first year, so I think 9-3.
Okay. Electric.
This is terrible. I'm sorry, little bro. I say he loses to Alabama. Every last one of these are trap games. You gotta remember, it's Soaps. That's why I'm saying it like this. Like, there's games that he played really good, and there's games that he just, you don't know what in the world is happening. And good user at the end of the day, but just so many mistakes. I feel like the Tennessee game is a trap game. Michigan is also, it can be a trap game. I see 8-4, 9-3. His best outcome, if he plays every game like really good, is possibly 10-2 or 11-1, somewhere around there. If he plays every game great.
Well, this is Georgia, so theoretically 12-0 is a very high possibility. You know, maybe he gets on a fire streak and gets Bama at home and beats them. You know, we did see Mason pull off a few wins that he shouldn't have. We also saw him lose to Heredia. So, you know, you never know what you're going to get. It's a mixed bag. Who else do we have? Slick?
I'll go for Mason. I will go 9-3. I think he loses Bama. He will. That Oklahoma game is looking. I think he drops
That Oklahoma game's looking at you funny.
I think he drops the OU game, and then I think he'll lose to Miami. So
That is true, KU. We are going to be force-fed Georgia game of the weeks. Get ready for the dogs. And get ready for the dogs a lot.
This is terrible.
But speaking of KU, Rock Chalk, let's go to the Jayhawks. And here we go. This is the Kansas football schedule. So, starting off, home game against Oregon, and then road game in the Big House against Michigan. Road game in the Coliseum against Joker. Road game down in Lubbock against Texas Tech. Then the home game for the Sunflower Showdown against the Big KS. And then CPU games to round out the year. I am giving Mr. KU, I'm giving him 9-3. I think that is a pretty good prediction. He also has Tulane. Let me not discredit that at Tulane. Could be a trap game. I'm going 9-3. Losses to Oregon, Texas Tech, and Kansas State. Or maybe he pulls another upset of the century and sits at 10-2 and sitting in the Big 12 title game. But we'll go to Electric since this is his favorite team.
This is my least favorite team. Still Kansas State always.
Sexuality.
We got because we don't mess with Kansas.
Is that homophobic?
Oregon.
Just making sure.
You need to stop. I don't care about that. We got.
That's not what I was told.
Yo, shut up. 7-5.
7-5. Wow.
He's
Where do
losing
you see these
5
five
games.
losses?
I don't care. He's not going to be better than Kansas State ever in his life.
Oh wow. Okay.
We got
that's
losses
terrible.
to Oregon, Michigan, USC, Texas Tech. I know you was happy when I said USC. Stop. Kansas State, the big KS, and Texas Tech. I said Texas Tech already, and that's it.
All right, Arizona State, Mr. Slick. What do you got?
Don't worry, KU. I'll be a nice guy. Okay, I'll be nice. Kansas, you know I low key, this Kansas team is kind of nice. You know, you can't forget they do. I believe are bringing back Jalen Daniels, their quarterback. So KU does have that with them. I'm gonna go 9-3. I think. You call me crazy. Week 0, I think he beats Oregon at home.
Ooh, upset call?
I think he beats Oregon at home. He'll beat Ty in Michigan.
You do know we're not playing basketball, right?
I just think. I mean, he is at home. It can happen.
Okay.
You know? I think his 3 losses are to Texas Tech, K-State, and I'll say USC because that's a long trip for Kansas.
All right, Joker's feeling a lot of glaze right now. Let's get his prediction for a man who he seems to play KU a lot.
Yeah, obviously KU's a good friend of mine. I love talking NASCAR with him. I mean, I think 8-4, 9-3 would kind of be the best case scenario for him. Obviously, I think the Oregon and USC games are the games for me that I think will be those are the difference makers between either 9-3 or even 10-2.
That's what gets you in or out of the playoffs for you.
There's a ceiling where I can see a 10-2, and then there's a floor where I can see 7-5.
I could see an 11-1 with his only loss being to Oregon, honestly. And we're looking at KU as like a top 4 seed going in the playoffs. Me personally. But
you can't even say that.
But in order to do that, in order for the Jayhawks to do that, they have to go through the little brother of the Sunflower State, the Kansas State Wildcats, led by head coach Faison Thompson, quarterback Avery Johnson, and halfback Dylan Johnson. Dadgum, there's a lot of sons.
Dylan Edwards?
Those names right. No, not Dylan Johnson. Dylan Edwards. Yeah, my brain does not
don't work.
Okay. The big KS. Couple CPU games.
Let me just do mine.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, you talk us through this.
This is what you call a generational cupcake, right?
Let me. No.
He wants to be transferred to the SEC, and then you get FCS Midwest and New Bloody Mexico.
Well,
that's a loss.
It's when that happened. I mean, I'm sorry to tell you that, but
this
just move K-State into the SEC. I mean, hey, we gonna win that.
Okay, well, hey, Big KS, start talking.
Iowa State, we're gonna win all 4 of these games real quick. Win all 4. Avery Johnson flexes once again, shows his wrist. We're gonna win that game. This is undefeated. Alright, so man, too easy. Texas Tech, Pablo, you never beat me. Get out of my face. Penn State, you threw too many picks. Give me that. Take that win. West Virginia, I'm sorry, Shake. You shouldn't have came here. Give me that win. I'm sorry, Hex. Too easy. Undefeated. Y'all already know.
Okay.
Y'all already know.
Perhaps one of the teams that more shockingly did not come out of the last game with a championship, Kansas State, looking to avenge that in this new game, starting off with the worst team, as Electric loves to point out. I am going to go 10-2. He goes 1-2 against Louisville, Texas Tech, and Penn State. Other than that, he's undefeated. 10-2. Joker?
I mean, the funny thing about this schedule is that while we were creating this, we had an opportunity to put Kansas State against an SEC team. I believe the SEC team was
Georgia?
Texas?
No, Texas.
It wasn't Georgia. It was Texas.
It was Texas or Oklahoma. And the Kansas State head coach was just visibly upset.
Threatened to
Not
block
happy.
us.
I got blocked on Instagram.
Blocked Caleb. Don't even worry about Lowbrow.
He blocked me
Mr.
because we threatened to put Texas on his schedule.
It's the
Yeah, I
New
have a
Mexico.
79 overall defense.
Lost our
But
snap
you
streak.
were
80 overall
Piece of
team.
crap.
He wants to be transferred to the SEC, but didn't want to play an SEC team. Therefore, I
You
see this
transferring?
being
Just
10-2 as well. I'm sorry. I see the I think
I'm
we
okay
kind
with
of
it.
run the table 10-0, and then we kind of unravel. Or I'm sorry, you don't play a Penn State and I forgot the other school, Texas Tech.
I played Penn State.
At
Scroll
the
down,
end.
Ohio State.
But I think Penn State, about a 10 to 15 overall difference between Penn State and Kansas State, and I think he loses to Texas Tech. So I'll go
Okay.
10-2.
All right. Slick.
Yeah, I can see the ceiling of going 12-0. I mean, but realistically, I'll go 10-2 myself. I think he goes either drops to Louisville. I know drop to Louisville. It isn't Louisville. It's a tough place to play. And then he'll drop at Penn State.
All right. It's from the big KS to the big L. The big L. Louisville.
Both said
The
big L.
Cardinals, home or former home of Tyler Shuck, and now home to Miller Moss. So that starting off at Colorado, then you get a big test in Bama, another big test in Kansas State, then home versus Syracuse, at Tulane, at Clemson, home versus UNC before the rivalry game with Kentucky. I'm going to go with a 9-3, losses to Bama, K-State, and Clemson. 9-3. Joker?
You just
I mean, there's a significant amount of percentage rising that some of the playmakers on this roster will not be here in a season's time. What's his name? Isaac Brown? I mean, we love an Isaac Brown, right, if we're DJ. We love a Miller Moss if we're DJ. There's a significant doubt that this is a one-and-done type of risk-it-all year for Louisville because I believe Lacey, there's some doubt he might transfer out as well. And I think that's the interesting
Isaac
part for Niels,
Brown,
I believe.
the star running back for the Cardinals, is a very popular transfer portal get after the first season.
And that's what I was about to point out. I think it's very interesting to me that everyone here, there's going to be a lot of transfers. Big schools, if you do not perform, if your team does not meet expectations, there will be a lot of big names in the open market. I've seen Arch Manning available, Avery Johnson available in a few offline dynasties. Not to throw like any scary things at anybody, but we've seen some big names. So if we just scroll down, I think I definitely see 2 losses: Alabama, Kansas State. I see a loss against. I think this is 8-4.
All right.
Clemson's just going to be tough on the road. The overall difference is going to matter. I think Jackson's just a better user than DJ, and then
rematch of the season 1 national championship there.
Yes.
Syracuse
Jackson back in his hometown, his home school in Syracuse, and I think playing. Is he at Alabama?
Louisville. Oh yeah, no, he's home versus Bama.
Okay, but I think still the overall difference still going to matter there. I think 8-4.
All right, Slick, we'll go to you next.
Yeah, looking at Colorado, I think he'll beat Hex and Fulton. Loses to DBJ week 2 at home. He'll beat Electric at home. I think he loses to Clemson. I'm gonna go 8-4.
Electric.
he about to see what I had to do with DBJ. Scroll up. Yeah, you're definitely losing that game. Way more than I ever did. We got me. You're definitely losing that game. You never beat me. Especially when it was in the league. You not beating Jackson. I do not know who's North Carolina.
Mr. John Anthony.
we never seen him play with like an 80 overall team. We only seen him play with like 70 stuff like that. So I give you a win there. 4 to 5 games you can drop. What was that? 7-5, 8-4,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. You not running your conference low, bro. That's not your conference. I
Okay.
don't know what all that yip yap was about.
All right. Let's go to
And one thing to
LSU.
point out, one thing before we move on
Okay.
back to this game, scroll down, this week 8 game and this week 12 game. Those 2 games are going to be the difference maker in who, to me, is in the conference championship. I mean, obviously, like, I think it's either between Louisville, Syracuse, Clemson, and Miami, but I think those 2 games that I think Miami's going to be looking at, Clemson's going to be looking at, there's going to be some games where those 50-50 games are going to decide who's in the conference game or not. And to answer some of the questions, Tulane, if we can scroll down, I believe he plays him week 9. Week to 11, that is Saints boy 30. He's new to the league, so we're also kind of out to lunch on him too. We don't really know what he has in store. He could run the table and be better than God himself, right? But obviously we'll have to find out.
On a Sunday? How dare you?
Okay. Blah,
I
else
did not
on the
care
rest today, just to make it funky. And we'll move on to LSU.
LSU. An actual LSU student, as I learned last season. The Tigers start off against Boston College at home for taking a road trip to Chapel Hill, then a road trip to the Swamp for their home game against Texas, then at Georgia, home versus Bama, home versus Arkansas before ending the year with a nice little cupcake.
Nice little.
I'm going.
Say it on.
Oh.
I'm going to go. I'm gonna go 10-2 with a loss to Bama. Actually, I had him winning that game on the schedule, so I'm gonna go 11-1 for Z-Mog with either a loss to Florida or Georgia. I think
he beats Bama. He beats Alabama.
If this is a good internet Z-Mog, he can beat Alabama at home. If it's a bad internet Z-Mog, this is a 8-4 schedule, 7-5 even. But good internet Z-Mog goes 11-1. Bad internet goes 7-5. I'll split the middle. I'll go 9-3. But so electric.
When do he go back? Ended like September 1st, right? So that's like 5 weeks of the schedule.
So yeah,
up to
like 5 weeks up to.
That would mean his first game with good internet.
Yeah, I'm about to say after the first 5, there's too many fine women at LSU, bro. You not gonna be focused on the game.
Oh, okay.
I think after this, I think he wins all his CPU games. Close battle between Bama and LSU. Close battle for them. I think he finishes 9-3, 10-2.
All right.
10-2 would make.
I think 10-2 is cool. Yeah, I think 10-2 is cool because we didn't see Florida yet. We know he's going to beat Texas. That's impossible to lose. And then, I'm sorry. And then Georgia. I know, I understand it, but you back in LSU, bro. I don't think you're going to be worried about the game. I ain't even going to lie to you. So, yeah, that's a toss-up game right there, too.
Okay.
All right. Slick.
Z-Mog. Once again, it goes back to the internet. If he has good internet, I could definitely see him running the table on the schedule. 11-1, maybe even undefeated. I don't really know, but I think he starts the season by beating Boston College. He'll beat UNC in Chapel Hill. I think he drops to Florida in the Swamp. That'll be tough. Beats Texas. Beats Mississippi State. Beats Georgia in Athens. And then drops Bama, so he'll go 10-2.
Okay. Let me give you if Z-Mog, if you're watching, let me give you a little hint. Ethernet cable. All right. Next team, Miami. Mr.
I don't think I ever gave my.
GTR, long live the sauce.
Did you give yours?
Oh, you
Joker,
did?
did you give yours
Oh,
to
Joker,
LSU?
go ahead.
Go ahead.
This is bloody
That was
embarrassing.
terrible.
I think I'll be consistent. I'll say 9-3.
Okay.
Florida, Georgia, Bama. Be done.
All right, Miami, Mr. Big Slime, the sauce, very popular with the admins. Everyone loves him and his style of play. Home versus Florida, road versus Georgia, road versus Clemson, road versus Notre Dame. Actually, a really tough start to the schedule before home versus Mr. John Anthony, and then you wrap up the year versus Duke at home. I'm gonna go 10-2. He splits 2-2 between his first 4 games and wins the rest of them. Let's start with Slick.
Yeah, Sauce. I am curious though. I'm curious to see how Carson Beck fits into this type of offense that Miami runs. Transfer from Georgia, going from the SEC to the ACC. So will Beck be good, mid? I guess we'll kind of find out through his first 4 games as he plays 4 users. But I'll go 10-2. I'll agree with Hale State. I think he splits these first 4. I'll go 10-2.
All right, Joker.
We can just scroll down. Oh, I mean, the Sauce's season is based on the first 3 games. You go 3-0, you win out. You go 2-1, you win out. You go 1-2, you win out. I'm gonna go 11-1. I think there's a loss somewhere in the top 3. I don't know which one, but I think this is a conference champion representative, and we will go from there.
Okay, Electric.
I don't know about GTR because his play style is like it's cooked already. College football cooked the mess out, bro. Scroll up again. I think he loses only 3 games. Yeah, I understand what Joker was saying. I think you lose 3 games and then that's it. So that's what, like 9-3, right? Or,
9-3.
Yeah,
All right.
9-3 or highest is 11-1.
Sauce, you heard him. Go cut your grass. Make it green too. Michigan, the Wolverines, Mr. Tyler Farron.
Oh yes, let's get this guy.
Whose crowning achievement last night was beating me when I had Delaware and he was the Hurricanes. So congratulations to Tyler.
Oh, yes.
I know that he's really soaking that win in. But let's let's get this schedule.
Oh yes.
Mr. KU in Kansas coming into the big house, and then he's got the road game at OU, home versus West Virginia. Oh, yeah, speaking of fruity. We're going to go down to Sanford Stadium week 4 and face the Georgia Bulldogs. Then the home game versus, speaking of fruity again, the USC Trojans, Mr. Joshua. And then the road game at Notre Dame and a home game versus Ohio State. So a brutal stretch there. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say Michigan's going to return to the Rich Rod days for this season. I'm going 4-8. I'm going 4-8. I think he loses every user game and he drops the CPU game. This brown jug is kind of looking at me funny. So we are joined by, for Pete's sake, we're joined by DeJuan. Why don't you go on and if you're gonna have beef with Electric, have beef with Electric now and just keep it under 30 seconds, and then you can give us your Michigan schedule prediction.
Well, first of all, I'm not gonna have any beef with Electric, but it's a rivalry game now, but no beef for now. Anyway, Michigan schedule. You open up the season against Kansas, that's a loss. Against Oklahoma, that's a loss. You play West Virginia, that's shake, correct?
Yeah.
Loss. Then you go to Georgia, oh yeah, belt to ass, loss.
Wow!
You do not.
And DeJuan has been removed from the
All
stream.
right, so he starts
5, 6,
0-4.
7,
I think he
8.
gets a CPU win against Illinois. I think he beats USC, goes to 2-4. Think he wins his next 4 games to go to 6-4. He loses to Notre Dame and he loses to Ohio State to go 6-6.
6-6. All right. Electric. Since we have 5 people, could you we just got to speed things up a little bit.
I know. Just read the stadium name right next to Oklahoma. That's Lamar. So I think right here I see around four wins, and that's it. Let's keep moving from there.
All right. Oh, the gay
See
lord.
four.
Oklahoma
I
Memorial.
see about like four wins, and keep moving on. We good from there.
All right. Slick.
We're gonna win the first 4 games, and that's it.
I don't see 4 wins. I think Ty goes 3-9.
3-9.
Wow.
All right.
He's still down.
Joker, you're a good buddy. Yeah.
This is 2-10.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God!
If he goes 2-10 after all the crap he's given Mississippi State this past year,
I'm
gonna be
kidding.
on his head.
He goes 3-9.
Okay, thank you.
Wow.
All right. Well, speaking of 2-10, here's a very possible 2-10. Nevada,
Might be
Mr.
0-12.
Mr. .059 himself, Kluka. Starting off, Duke and Auburn back-to-back home games, and then a couple CPUs, back-to-back road games. Road game at Austin. Home versus Arkansas. Kluka, why are you here? Why are you at Nevada? I may never know.
Ty said he was going 8-4.
Ty's going 8-4. Okay,
What?
that is things that I'll take things that won't happen for
lies.
1,500.
lies.
I'm going 5-7 for Nevada. So, Joker.
Can we scroll back down? There are no user games he wins.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. I was giving him the CPU
And
games, even though he did lose
this
the CPU
is-
game as Penn State last season.
This is 3-9.
All right, DJ.
Duke and Auburn loss. I think he loses all of his user games, but he wins all of his CPU games. How many CPU games does he have?
5,
So 5-7.
6
You got
actually.
it.
So 6, 6 and 6.
6.
All right, Slick.
I would be generous and go 4-8. I think he loses all his user games and loses to. I think he drops 1 CPU game.
That is generosity.
I think he'll
That's
drop,
realistic.
He'll drop the Utah game in Utah.
Generosity. Okay, Electric.
I'm so surprised. I might sound a little crazy here. I feel like he wins. What is it? 5 to 6 user games.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I say he wins about 2 of them, and then I say he beat Texas, and he's gonna ride that horse and lose the rest.
Okay, here's my question: who do you have Kluka beating user-wise on his schedule?
No, I'm saying like he loses to everybody else, but he
Oh.
only wins 2 CPUs and the Texas game, and that's it.
So 3-9.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else didn't give it thoughts? No. Okay. We're going to
I see on
Chapel
11 and 1.
Hill and UNC. That's a troll. We will go. I'm going dub L L. This conference play is not very kind to him. I'll go 6 and 6 for Mr. Williams. DJ.
Okay, so Texas A&M, that's a loss. I think he beats Arkansas to go 1-1. I think he loses to LSU, goes to 1-2. Against USC, I think he beats USC, goes to 2-2. So we're
Okay.
down 2 bye weeks.
Adoption.
I don't know who the Tulane user is. I haven't been paying attention. Really
Saints
well
Boy
this year.
30. We said it as soon as you joined.
Saints Boy. Okay. So I don't really know how good he is, but I think he'll beat Tulane. So 3-2. He'll beat Georgia Tech. He'll lose to Miami and Syracuse. 4-4. He'll beat Stanford or Wake Forest. He will lose to me. And he'll beat Pittsburgh. So what is it, 7-5?
7
So
and
yeah,
5.
North Carolina goes 7-5.
All right. Joker.
This is 5-7.
Okay. Electric.
6 and 6.
Slick.
6 and 6.
That was really quick. All right, Notre Dame and Gary, and some might say the Mickey's schedule. Notre Dame's very annoying to schedule in dynasties because they have Navy and Stanford locked in as opponents you cannot move, and so you only have really 2 games to play with. So we have Texas Tech and Miami. I think he drops both of those. I think he drops. Yeah, I don't think he drops USC. Give me 10-2 for Gary.
And that's a playoff team.
And that is a playoff team, by the way, for those of you keeping track of that at home. Gary, never seen him play, but if he's as good as he has at I forgot the name of the soccer game, rematch, then he'll be all right. So 10-2. Electric.
This is terrible. You're comparing rematch to college football. So here, you said 9-3.
All right, Slick.
10-2. I think he drops Texas Tech and Miami.
DJ.
I think he goes 10-2 as well. Texas Tech and Miami losses. Wait, scroll down. Yeah, Texas Tech and Miami losses.
All right. Joker.
I see this is 9-3. I think there's a CPU loss in there wiggling around, and then
He's trying to say he loses to USC.
You think he's losing the jeweled
9-3.
schlong, right? The jeweled schlong that they play for every year.
There's a microphone.
Yeah. All right. Oklahoma. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a week 0 matchup that we have to explain.
Yeah.
So, if you have not been following the league, we originally had to restart the league because there was an incident where Arbels joined as the wrong team and used all Penn State's hours, and we had to restart. And so we thought, what better way to settle this than on the football field? So we will see Oklahoma traveling to Penn State in week 0. Hopefully it's a game of the week. We know Arbels' internet can be shaky, but we will somehow have to broadcast that game in a party or something. So we have Penn State, Michigan, at A&M, at Florida, at Texas, and then 3 home games, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee. I think Arbels is a good user, great recruiter. So I'll give him 9-3 in this first season. DJ.
All right, so he opens up the year at Penn State. Really tough game on the road. He loses that game. He beats Michigan at home. Get a nice bounce back win. He goes into Texas A&M, and I think he actually loses that game. So he falls to 1-2. He walks into Gainesville and plays a really tough user. I think he loses that game as well. So 1-3, and then he plays Kent State and loses non-playing. He wins 2-3. Red River rivalry against Boger. I think he will win that one to go 3-3. He'll beat the South Carolina user, or just a CPU, 4-3. He'll lose to Georgia, 4-4. He'll beat Tennessee, I feel like, 5-4. And then, yeah, next 3 games are all wins. So 8-4 for Oklahoma.
All right. Joker.
I mean, I love Arbels. This is not an easy schedule. I feel like some schedules kind of some people got easier schedules than most, but this is one of those kind of, you go from Clemson to Oklahoma, right? Obviously wanting Penn State, Oklahoma's still a good secondary option. You even could have got Texas if things went a different way. But if you just scroll down, I think this is 3. Keep scrolling. Is there any other user games? No. I mean, I can see this being 10-2.
Okay. Slick.
I'll go 9-3. I mean, Bales is good. I mean, we all remember that draw that he made with Clemson in the playoffs a couple of seasons ago. So I think he can go 9-3. I could also see 10-2, but
yeah.
I would go 9-3.
America's favorite team from that year, after knocking out Oregon and the disgraced user, and then Jackson and Ole Miss in back-to-back weeks, made a run, Cinderella run with Christopher Benzina. Who else is left? Electric.
9-3, best undefeated.
All right. He's undefeated.
One thing I do have to point out, Bales is the only, out of the, I believe, 5 or 6 seasons we've done, he's the only 8-4 user to make it, not without a conference championship. He
That
made
is
it.
very true.
He made it. I believe that was the year he beat both Clemson or
That
Oregon
was.
and.
He snuck in.
I
So
was also
Bills is
surprised.
the only person that has made the team or made the playoffs as I believe he was an 11 seed.
Yes.
Yeah.
With 4 losses.
Snuck
Usually
in
very
in this
bottom.
league, you have to at least be 9-3, just depending on your rank. Obviously, a 9-3 Oklahoma wouldn't make the playoffs, or should be making the playoffs. So just see how that. Just a little nugget for everyone.
All right. These guys. The Ole Miss Rebels, now led
Yeah,
by
that's
head
it.
coach Ekos Saint, starting off with Clemson and then going down to Arizona State, and then road game in Austin against Texas, road game at Jordan Hare, and then a home game versus Georgia, and then home game versus Tennessee, road versus Florida, and then the Egg Bowl to round it off.
Let me go first, please. After your turn.
Joker. Okay, well, I'll go first then. I'm told that Saint's not very good by my soaps at CFB. Just off of that, and also because I like to hate on these guys every chance I get, I'm going 7-5. Losses to Clemson, Arizona State, Auburn, Georgia, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, Texas, Clemson, Auburn. 6-6. Joker.
Yeah, I lost to those 6-6. I think the only win is Texas against his users. Every other user I see as a loss.
All right. Electric.
Undefeated.
That's a troll pick
I'm
against
playing.
me.
Wow.
I'm playing. Let's go 8-4, 7-5.
All
8-4, 8-4.
DJ.
Scroll up again.
Okay.
Clemson, Kentucky. Okay. I mean, I really don't even know how he plays. I think he goes. I'm just gonna keep it a buck 7-5.
I'm just gonna sit on this game. This game brings happy memories for me. Slick.
I'll 6-6. I think he drops Clemson, drops ASU. I think the only user game I think he'll win is Texas.
All right, and before we leave, all right. Oregon, the Ducks. Mr. Turf opens up with KU as we discussed before. Home game against Brink. Home game against Florida. So a couple of GTR bowls in there, and then you get Penn State, and then USC later in the season. I will go 11-1. The loss coming either to Florida or a very inspired USC team at the end of the season. So 11-1 for the Ducks. Joker.
I mean, I think I'll also go 11-1 as well in the conference championship. Big 12 representative.
Big 10 representative, Joker.
Or Big 10, same thing.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Just like you.
Yeah, okay, I knew that was coming. Slick.
I'll go 10-2, like I mentioned earlier when we did Kansas. I think Kansas beats Oregon, and he'll drop the Florida game.
Electric.
Scroll down. Four losses.
Wow.
So we're around
Four
4 to
of
5
them.
losses.
All right.
Actually, 2. I give him 2. 2 losses. You know, abandoned houses. Where
Okay.
the tape at?
Pool stick on his ass. Right.
Yo, 2 losses, bro. 2 losses,
Speaking
bro.
of things up someone's
said this?
DJ. What's your
Okay,
next?
no,
What's your
shut up,
guy?
shut up,
What's
shut
your record?
Bro, we
prediction?
got 2 losses, bro.
11-1.
All right.
Just a loss to Florida.
All right. So we will go to Penn State, and this is last year's Notre Dame user Lemons Jackson's good buddy. I'm told he actually
Boyfriend.
owns Jackson in Madden and CFB, but that's just what the streets are saying. Home game versus OU, a rivalry game, personally charged now. Then home game versus Auburn. You go to the hills of West Virginia. Then at Oregon, home versus the Buckeyes, home versus the Wildcats, and a couple CPUs. I'm going 9-3 for Penn State. OU, Ohio State, and Kansas State, or no, Oregon, Oklahoma, and Kansas State are the losses for Penn State. So Electric.
Scroll down.
Oh my goodness.
He's scrolling Instagram reels.
Scroll up. 3 losses. Abandoned houses. Yeah, 3 losses.
Where to tape at? All right. DJ.
9-3. Abandoned houses.
Starting to lose our way here.
Joker.
Scroll up, please.
Only if you can finish the
Joker.
lyric.
I don't know the song, so I will lose that challenge. I see Auburn beating Penn State. That's
You're real high on this Andrew fellow.
He's my boy.
He's your boy.
I say, of course he's supposed to be.
We'll get to my
Do you
boy in a
really-
second.
Do you really
but,
love him
yeah.
like that, though?
Yeah, I do.
Jokers. You know,
I'm gonna go-
everybody has their people, right? You have my.
Whoa, they're people.
You have my Pablo. You have Jackson's Lemons. So maybe this is Joker's answer to that. He said,
You can
"Okay,
say
well,
I'm-
if I
you can
can't
say
beat you
Electrics.
guys, then I'm gonna get my boy to do
Joker's
it."
sidekick.
You have
Yeah,
you know,
'cause
DJ to
DJ's
KU, that
been
romantic
dropped for-
relationship.
Okay, yeah. you
DJ's
need to
been
stop.
put up for adoption because.
Yeah,
I mean, go get the belt, right?
Andrew.
But yeah, I think with Penn State, I'm gonna go 9-3. I think back-to-back losses against Oklahoma and Auburn, and then scroll down, and I think there's a loss to Oregon. I think Penn State beats Kansas State.
Okay.
You said this.
It's a long run car on Penn State.
We will go
Oh.
to who did we not ask? Did we ask Slick?
nope, negative.
All right. What's your prediction?
I'll go 9-3, and I think I'll give Penn State an at-large bid for the playoffs out of the Big Ten.
All right. Syracuse, a man who's had a very good day today, very eventful day. Starts off neutral site in Mercedes-Benz against Tennessee, then home game versus Duke, and road against Louisville, home versus UNC, road at Kyle Field late in the season, and then home versus BC. This is a team that could go far with this schedule. I'm going 10-2 for the Syracuse Orange and Mr. Altman. So, Joker?
Scroll down. I think Tennessee's going to just be tough. Louisville's going to be tough. But this is honestly a cupcake. I mean, obviously, this isn't the Ole Miss of last year. Obviously, I believe that was like an 89 overall team.
Michael
and he doesn't
Boger
have
at the
the
helm.
halfback. Yeah, he doesn't have the halfback.
Abu Sama.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 10-2 losses. Louisville. Actually, I think Louisville gets blown out the gym that game. I'm sorry.
Terrible.
That was bad. I mean, I still think this is 11-1 with the loss Tennessee.
11-1 with the 81 team. We will not hear the end of it. Although this schedule's not that hard.
This schedule's kind of a cupcake.
This is a very cupcake schedule now that I look at it. We will go to... Let's let DJ defend himself.
Yeah, we need to talk about that game.
Oh.
Because, you know, I've only played him twice in the Dynasty, and obviously we did see what happened when we were both in the SEC. He did kind of clap my cheeks. I'm not gonna lie.
Belt, right?
Special
But-
guest joining.
To be fair,
A special
in the
guest.
Natty, this can go either way. Because in the Natty, I mean, we saw what happened. But he did beat Masopes though by a lot. I mean, he's the same person who beat Masopes in that semifinal game that I played that night in the Natty. This game could go either way. I think
Okay.
he wins by like a touchdown or two. But, you know, I think he goes 11-1. Or actually, no. Why did I lie? 12-0. I don't think he loses to Tennessee.
The glaze coming off of
We
that
do
young
need
man.
to start picking this up. We've been here for an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah,
already.
Joker just can't handle it. Electric,
We still have
it's
a
your
lot of
fault.
teams.
Joker's got better things to do.
So
What'd
you go
I do?
next.
Say you lose 2 games. Wait, scroll up! Yeah, Jackson, I ain't gonna lie, little bro. I ain't gonna lie. You lose 1 game, it's
Special
okay.
guest.
You lose
Really,
2
Joker?
games, abandoned houses.
Where did
I got him go 10,
Nah,
10 and 2.
Come on. Nah, come
No.
on, man. Don't do that.
All
Mr.
right.
Drew, we are
Gotcha.
live on the
We are,
HPL
all
YouTube
right.
channel.
Well, before we get to Mr. Andrew, we will go to Slick for his prediction about Syracuse.
11-1. I think the only game he drops. That Tennessee game's tough. I think Tennessee gets him week 1.
Okay. So, Mr. Andrew, the GOAT 23, head coach of Auburn. First of all, first question I do want to ask you is there's some allegations about a shared jeweled shala that KU's talking about. I want to know if you and Joker share a shala, whatever the heck that is. And what are you looking to do in this league? Do you think that you are going to be able to surpass the almighty legacy that Joker has of 1 playoff win?
Absolutely. You know, I look to turn this football program around. And to address the accusations of Jules Chaland, I have no idea what
Shout
that
out.
is. So
I think that's the Irish pronunciation for a schlong. I don't know if that's.
Alright, bro.
So do y'all take turns on that, or just?
They do sword fights for sure.
Okay. We're losing our way.
Losing our
losing the plot.
way. Well,
Yeah, losing the plot.
speaking of losing their way, we go to a team that lost their way with their quarterback, Tennessee, the Volunteers.
That's so messed up.
Nico hitting
That
the
is
portal
so
really
messed
hurts
up.
this team. Now they have to rely on Mr. Aguilar, and I'm sure McCard's going to love that shot once he looks back at this stream. Well, we go to Syracuse, or we go to Atlanta, play Syracuse, and then he is sadly going to try to beat the Owen allegations, as he never beat Georgia last year, so he's got to get it done. And then on the road in LA, home versus Mr. Andrew in Auburn, and then in Oxford, in Norman, and then Texas A&M at home. I'll give the Vols 9-3. Let's go to Andrew here. What are you thinking for Tennessee?
I think I'll give them an 8-4 record.
Oh.
Okay.
I'll give them an 8-4 record.
All right, Joker.
I mean, scroll up. Who's this week? I think week 1 is Syracuse. Yeah, I mean,
No, we
I think he beat Syracuse just because he's kind of used to this Tennessee roster. Jackson hasn't really gotten used to that Syracuse roster. I think he beats USC in our game. I did struggle against that. My defense was not up to par, but obviously things can change. I mean, the first 4 user games for him are actually tougher than they might seem. So they're 8-4, and then that Oklahoma game.
Ooh, man, that Oklahoma game.
At Oklahoma,
Ruler.
I'm going to say 8-4 as well.
All right.
I think the losses are Oklahoma, Auburn, Georgia, and USC.
All right.
Okay.
DJ.
Scroll to the top.
I don't know why I've scrolled 30 times. They know the schedule by now.
Man,
boy.
shut up.
All right, here we go.
Yo, he just changed.
All right, so New Mexico State, Syracuse wins. Georgia lost. FCS Northwest, that's a win. USC, that's a win. But the Auburn game, you know, I think he's a better belt master than Joker over there on the West Coast. So I think. The fuck is going on?
We'll take that.
Lost the party.
We'll take that. Respectfully.
I think Auburn upsets Tennessee.
Okay.
I
This is a
think he
child,
beats
by the
Ole
way.
Miss. I think he beats Oklahoma. He does beat Texas A&M, and then he wins his last 3 games. So For Tennessee, 10-2.
Slick.
Okay.
I'll go 8-4. I think he beats Syracuse, drops Georgia, Auburn, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Give me Joker beating him in Cali.
So the West Coast Glaze is crazy right now. Give me Electric to wrap up these predictions for the Vols.
Yo, I know Joker was smiling when he heard that. I got him losing these 4 user games. Scroll down. I'm sorry, you gotta flick your thumb. I'm very sorry.
Okay, I know it. It's terrible.
There's a possibility that he lose 5 games. There is 7-5.
5?
There's a possibility. He can make it to the playoffs. I feel like the potential that he has is so good, but the QB is like kind of holding him back.
Yeah. He also has
because he
to
got
get
a
out of
pocket
that
QB.
offense.
It's not a running. Yeah, it's not a running QB. So I think that it. Yeah, go ahead, move on.
Horns up or down, depending on which
Down.
side of the aisle you lie on. The preseason number 1, the Texas Longhorns, led by quarterback Arch Manning, open up a couple cupcake CPU games for a test down in Baton Rouge, then home versus Ole Miss, at Bama, then you got the Cotton Bowl game against Oklahoma, at Boston College, couple CPUs, home versus Nevada, on the road against Georgia, and then wraps up with the in-state rivalry at Texas A&M. I'm going to go 8-4. Boger didn't show me much to impress me last season, and I don't think that this newfound talent is going to help change much. I think that Michael Boger was better as the Ole Miss quarterback than a head coach. So I think that Texas goes 8-4, and we do see Arch Manning hit the portal in the biggest transfer portal frenzy of all time.
That is a bold statement.
Let's go backwards this time. Let's go
Really
Electric.
bold.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, but you say rappers? Alright, I'm gonna catch you. Yo,
No one
but
said
anyway, we
rappers.
got. I thought you said rappers. You know, he's the #1 child prodigy on the Skin Flu. I think that I would give him 8 and I would give him no user games winning. Scroll up.
You're telling me 69 overall Nevada beats him?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This you, bro. Let's really sit here and think. Like, we see some upsets, right? That would be the best upset. I think Boston College can beat him.
Okay.
Cause they ain't at home. Don't have to score no more. I got bro only winning 3 games. Just keep moving from there.
Ain't no way my guy has no.
Everybody that got. Bro, I'm sorry, bro. The user is weighing down the team. I don't want to hear that.
That's crazy.
Slick.
That's not crazy. That's realistic.
Slick.
Realistically speaking, I think Texas goes 8-4. I think he only
Oh!
two.
8-4.
What? Joker just sounded like he just got shot.
Am I the only one that believes?
He said, whoa.
I mean, fuck that 4-game stretch. LSU miss
5 games.
Yo.
5 games, yeah. You know what? Actually, I'll change. I'll be generous and go 6-6.
Generosity. All right.
I think if he wins 1 game, I think it's that Nevada game. The user.
Everybody transferring.
R Bales
Everybody transfer.
is. Why am I saying R Bales? Because I'm looking at Oklahoma. Joker.
I mean, 5-7 would kind of be a generous assumption here. Losses at LSU, at Bama, Oklahoma. Scroll down, please. At Georgia. I mean, come on. The Brink game. Texas A&M is
Playing
probably
against Unc.
one of one, right? I say 5-7, and we kind of have some big names on the transfer portal.
Yeah. That's going to be a wild transfer portal.
You laughing, Andrew?
All right.
This ain't funny. We serious.
Andrew, since we want to chuckle and giggle, what are we thinking for the Longhorns? Like, ha ha hee hee, ha ha and kiki with them.
I'm not gonna lie. Looking at this schedule, I think I got the Longhorns going 7-5. I'll give them 7-5.
All right.
Definitely losing all 5 of those user games. I'm gonna say that right now.
Okay. Who do we have left? Do I have anybody
Me.
left? No one important. DJ.
Terrible.
Wow.
So, first 2 games win, so we know Ole Miss, I think that's going to be a 50-piece. Alabama, 50-piece. Oklahoma, 40-piece. Boston College, I think wins by 14. I think Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, those are wins. Nevada wins by a field goal. Georgia wins 91-7. And then Texas A&M wins by 21.
So what is that numerical value?
They go like 4-8, 3-9, something like that. They just don't win any
91-7.
All right, well, NIL boosters, get your money ready because you're
just
gonna have some
runs
players to
Texas
buy.
into the ditch.
All right,
Everyone
Texas
transfers out.
A&M, Mr. Brinkerhoff is made his glorious return. This year, there's no making people taller, So he's gonna struggle with this. This is gonna be a new landscape for him.
North Carolina, Oregon, Florida State, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
Florida.
Oh no, I'm seeing 4-8.
That's bad.
No, I'm playing. I'll go 5-7. I'll give him the UNC game. He loses to Oregon, loses Oklahoma, loses Auburn, lost Florida, lost Tennessee, lost Syracuse, and lost to Texas. That is 7 losses, correct? I am counting that right. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 5-7. Joker.
I mean, I think this is one of the other schools we see a lot of talent elsewhere.
A lot of
in,
talent
season
exiting the
2.
state of Texas in the transfer portal.
Yeah, a lot of talent.
Very interesting.
A lot of
very interesting.
I think this is 3-9. 4-8. I'm just not that high. I think the best chance he has is against the North Carolina.
9, damn.
Yeah. If he goes,
North
if we were
Carolina.
running custom playbooks, right, maybe he'd go 7-5. Andrew.
Yeah, we're looking at this this A&M squad with the roster and the schedule. I'm thinking about 5-7. 5-7.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give him 5-7.
DJ, you had a brief stint here as the head coach. What do you think about the Aggies this year?
Wonder where that went.
Let's see. Well, I won 10 games, so shut up, Joker. North Carolina and Oregon. North Carolina wins. Oregon wins, so he starts 0-2. Plays Florida State, he wins. He loses to Oklahoma and Auburn, so he falls to 1-4. Loses to Florida. He beats Kentucky and Houston. He loses to Tennessee. He beats South Carolina, and he loses to Syracuse and Texas. Actually, he beats Texas, so 5-7.
Electric.
I'm gonna do the opposite of what Joker said. I feel like he disrespects Uncle a little bit too much, and his oldness will show in this game of his knowledge of football. I got you, Unc. Undefeated.
Slick.
2-8.
That's not even possible.
I'm just kidding.
2-8.
2-8. They don't even let him play the last 2
Not
games.
even possible.
In all fairness, 5-7. In all fairness, 5-7.
All right. Now we go to what Joker to Andrew is me to this next man, Mr. Pablo Escobar. New place for him, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Opening up the 3 straight home games, 2 of them being users with Notre Dame and Tulane. Road game at Bryant-Denny. Then get into Big 12 play with Kansas, at ASU, at KSU, and a couple of CPUs. I am going 10-2 with a Big 12 championship for the Red Raiders. So give me Well, I'm messing with stuff. I'm touching stuff. Give me
Stop touching.
10-2.
Stop touching yourself.
And I know that there's going to be someone that has a comment about that. And if there's anybody, it's going to be electric. So let's go.
Yeah, you're another one of those child prodigies on the skin flute.
Yo.
We got a loss to Alabama. We got a loss to Bama, right? We got a loss to the greatest of all time,
Arizona State.
and his QB, Kansas State. Then we got a loss to. I might see him lose to Kansas. I might. I'm
But not
sorry.
to Kansas State, right?
He's losing to both of. Yeah, he lost in.
Yeah.
I see him losing both, so I don't know. I see him. He might be able to come out with it. He never played in the Big 12. And he's not winning the championships. I don't know what else State was smoking, but he can possibly win Kansas. And yeah, we go from there. Go ahead.
Slick.
9-3.
10-2.
I think-
Joker.
I think he drops Bama and either Kansas or ASU.
All right,
This is
Joker.
10-2.
All right. And Andrew.
I'm gonna give it. I say 9-3. I think he drops to Kansas State. He drops to Arizona State and loses to Alabama.
All right. DJ.
Okay, so Notre Dame, yes, win. Tulane, win. Give me 10-2. Losses to Alabama and Kansas State.
All right. Let's go to Tulane. The unknown commodity and Saints boy. Road game against Texas Tech. Road game against BC. Road against UNC. Home versus Kansas. Home versus Louisville. And then finishing the year with a very tough game at Alabama.
Damn.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2,
Dude, you're horrible human beings. man.
6. I'm going. Well, I was gonna go 7-5. It's giving a win against Boston College, but I'll go 6-6 just because the Saints suck. Andrew.
Oh, he's a Saints fan. So you actually came for Mr.
Man,
Yeah.
it's tough.
Oh my God.
Disregarding the last part he just said, I think I'm gonna have to agree with the record. I'm gonna say 6-6.
All right. Joker.
I mean, we're just gonna say 5-7. Well, yeah, 5-7.
All right. I don't know why they're giggling. They're passing on the George Schlong again. DJ.
Again, another user that I've literally never seen touch a football field. I feel like I'm just gonna
Trap
keep it
game down in
7-5.
Ullman for the Cardinals, maybe?
Hell no.
Oh. Okay.
He's cursing.
Yeah, he's cursing. DJ's gonna get the belt from Joker after the stream. Give me electric. What's your prediction?
Yo, Saints, bro, they keep disrespecting you, bro. I got you, man. Just like Brent, I believe that he can do what he put his mind to.
Just a yap session.
That's a
really.
bar.
He's lying.
10-1.
He's lying.
It's not even possible.
Now 10-2.
You can't go
Not even
10-2.
possible.
Oh.
10-2. I
Just
got
lost all
Bo
his
going
aura.
10-2.
All right, yeah, slick.
6-6.
All right, is there anybody else that I was lacking?
Joker.
Nope.
And this
Here
will
we
be my
go.
last team before I leave, and
All
I'll break
right,
this
yeah.
down personally.
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's see what.
We
Let's see what
got a week.
You have the floor.
How much weight is Joker's belt carry?
We have a week 1 game against Mr. Slick in the party. Then we play
up!
at Mr. Williams, Mr. John Anthony. Then we play KU week 4.
0-3.
Just sucking from the side.
Side
And then
sucking.
we have 4 ranked games. This could honestly really boost the. Okay, so just starting off 0-7, I guess. Apparently, Tennessee's going to be tough. At Michigan, at Notre Dame, 2 teams rosters that are
The
way
Jewel
better than
Schlong.
USC. It's going to be really tough, and then at home against Oregon. So personally, I see this as 8-4.
Oh man,
Lost
what a
at
lie.
Oregon, lost at Notre Dame, lost at Tennessee. and then a loss to Kansas.
Okay. We'll give the floor to Andrew since you know Mr. Wright so well. What is the outlook for the Trojans this season?
You know, with the coaching that's taken over at that program, I think it's pretty lackluster. So I'm gonna say 5-7 season.
Reminiscence of the Clay Helton days out there, right?
Just
That
sucking
era.
from the side.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll go
I don't
from
know.
his boyfriend to his son. DJ, what's the
Wow,
outlook
okay.
for Southern Cal?
Let's see.
Transition.
1-0, 2-0. Actually, yeah.
You
1-0.
mate, you don't just say a number.
Just
Okay, win against Arizona State. Win against.
and then he
I
breaks it
said
down.
win against North Carolina. Yes. I think Kansas wins. You know, I think 7-5 for USC.
All right. I do want to point out that he does have a
6 and
very
6.
tough CPU game against number 10 Illinois. Number 10 was also the seed that knocked DG out of the Madden playoffs in the spring. Electric, what is your projections?
Alright, man, you know, I know Joker was gonna say like a remarkable comment talking about something. I had a purpose for anybody had anything to say. I give Joker
670.
undefeated.
Okay.
Kick him out.
This is a lie.
What's it just trolling at this point?
All right,
Yes,
I
Slick
did
in Arizona
definitely rage
State.
bait.
Slick in Arizona State, you are next.
8.
W rage bait.
8-4.
Honestly, I think that ASU USC that could be an interesting game. But I think he goes 8-4. Losses to Tennessee, Kansas, Notre Dame, and was there any other CPU down at the bottom? Oh, and Oregon. That's the other one.
All right. Since Joker can't be bothered to stay around for the last team, I'll take us back over.
I'll do the first. I'll give my prediction, then I do have to leave.
All right, yeah,
West
Joker's a busy
Virginia.
man.
I
We
mean,
got things to do.
yeah, we do, right?
Got to pass around
Pins.
the ball.
Gonna go make out with Andrew after
thought Neo was gonna be involved.
I think Shake loses that game against Ty in Michigan.
Really?
Michigan against a way better overall team. It's just going to be tough, especially if Shake doesn't rock that kind of stadium post early. We could just scroll down. This is 7-5. Losses: Kansas State, Arizona State, Colorado,
And Akron.
Michigan, and then I think he plays Notre Dame.
He does not play Notre Dame. I don't know what you're
He plays a
smoking
blue
on.
school. He plays a blue school.
It is Penn State.
Thank you.
Notre
Blue enough.
Dame's logo is not blue.
Thank you.
It is blue and gold. All right. Andrew, I know you got to get back to the bedroom to meet Joker, so just give us your prediction real quick for West Virginia.
All right, I'm gonna go on ahead and say this is looking like a 6-6 type of season.
6-6. Okay. DJ.
7-5.
All right. Slick.
I'll give Shake the benefit of the doubt. I'll go 8-4.
All right. And Electric.
So
And kick him out.
let's go. No, nice little 10-2. Nice little 10-2.
He's capping.
And a trip to the playoffs.
Okay. So we are left
2 losses.
with me, Electric, and DJ to give you guys our final prediction of the video. Who is going to come home the national champion of HPL in Season 1? I think we can just take a look at this real quick while we have some time. Who's going to come home the national champion? I'll start with DJ.
DBJ.
DBJ, all right. Electric.
Avery Johnson and the crew.
This like
So
why?
we know he's lying.
Avery Johnson and the crew.
Yeah, I'm also going to go DBJ. I'm going to go DBJ over me in the championship game. I've got high hopes for this season.
There's no.
All right, and then real
You said
quick,
that?
I do also want to show y'all the Heisman Watch preseason. Yeah, I think that Ryan Williams is also a pretty good pick for the Heisman. So I'll probably pick him for that. Do y'all have any picks? Actually, I know what Electric's pick is. It's probably something stupid and wears purple.
It's not. Let me
Who are you
say
picking?
my pick. The greatest QB to step foot in
All right.
college football,
Like, quit the line. You know
Avery
better.
Johnson.
All right. Had to remove him real quick. Just yapping. DJ, last prediction of the video.
Isaac Brown.
Isaac Brown, who's going to be in a different uniform next year. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Hail State and Joker and Andrew and the Jewel Schlaw and DJ and Electric and Slick and everybody who has tuned into the stream. We're so excited to get back on the gridiron and bring you guys some more college football action. So make sure to tune in shortly. I believe sim time is going to be tomorrow, and we can kick off some week 0 action and get ready for another great season on the gridiron with the Hennessy Performance League boys. Signing off, and I will see you guys next time.